So, what is going on in the Sebastian Rogers case? Let's look at some updates and we're going to ask some questions. Well, hello, my silky friends. Yeah, if you are new to this channel, this is Silky Southern Tea. I'm Silky. That is Scully, and he should not be here. So, you better behave yourself. Um, actually, I'm recording this and he happens to be in my background, and I forgot he was there. So, don't let him throw you off. He's really a nice guy. I promise. Well, most of the time. All right, but let's take a look at Sebastian Rogers. I haven't talked about him in a while, but there's some interesting information coming out that I wanted to share with you. So, we're going to go to my favorite place in the world, which is X. And we're looking at night private intelligence. Now, they've been doing some public updates, and I've been listening to some things here and there. I have been so busy, I haven't had a chance to listen to a whole lot of stuff, but I did hear some stuff on CJ's channel about the time of Sebastian's disappearance, which is completely different than what we have all believed. But let's go through this first. Okay, public update on the search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Now, this was on December 27th. The public is requested to refrain from posting photographs online of individuals they believe in any way may resemble Sebastian. While we commend your vigilance, sharing such images publicly can inadvertently cause harm to innocent children and infringe upon their privacy. Now, this comes from a few months ago when there was a sighting up in the mountains. Remember that? And look, that kid looked in the picture, he looked just like Sebastian. So, of course, when people are out and they are seeing, you know, kids that resemble or look a lot like Sebastian, I guess they're taking photos. But do please remember that is private. These are private people. If you are going to take a picture for proof, don't throw it on the internet, y'all. I know my people don't do that, but come on, just be discreet. Remember? What was going around a few months ago? Something about demure, mindful. Be very mindful and demure. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. If you think that you see Sebastian, discreetly photograph, okay? Document the sighting. Make sure you say when, where, what date, what time, all of that information. Also, take note of any surveillance camera observations. Like if you see cameras, ring cameras, or, if you're in a public place, take note of where those cameras are if you can tell. And if you see him in a vehicle or the person that you think is Sebastian, please, if you can get, the make model of the car, and of course the license plate number. Okay, that will quickly clear up whether it is or is not Sebastian. And of course, Dog the bunny. I can't with myself sometimes. I crack myself up. Dog the Bounty Hunter is on this case, and this is very serious. We are putting tremendous hope in Dog's ability to find Sebastian. You see here the numbers of who you should contact and that kind of stuff. Now, if you don't know about Sebastian Rogers, he is a 15-year-old autistic boy who has been missing since February 26th of this year. We're coming up on a year now. So please do document, but don't put it on Facebook or on X or on wherever you're going to put it. Just don't do it. But now here is another post from At Night Private Intelligence that is very important. Very, very interesting. So let's go on. Okay, now this was updated on December 28th. Dog the Bounty Hunter at night, along with their partners, remain steadfast in their pursuit of every lead and relentlessly expose all tactics employed to obstruct the investigation into the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Now, if you'll remember, we went out last spring, we were hunting everywhere, trying to help. And because of that, and so much time and effort invested, there is something that is just really aggravating me right now, and we're going to get to that. Now, At Night is saying that fraudulent identities have been discovered. What? They have uncovered an individual actively utilizing multiple aliases and fraudulent identification cards to obstruct the investigation. Now, y'all know I've been wrapped up in Delphi and other stuff, and I literally have no idea who they are talking about, okay? But this is information that you need. This individual has attempted to gain employment with At Night under false pretenses. What? Volunteer to insert themselves into the investigation, pose as fake tipsters to misdirect teams to regions far removed from the true scene of the crime. Now, if that's not a big batch of sus cakes, I don't know what is. So, what aliases are they going by? So, they're only giving the first names: Stephen, Mike, John, Heidi, and others. Now, these people apparently have a connection to the Proudfoots, which is Sebastian's biological mom and stepdad. Individual number 1 admitted to being paid by the Proudfoot family to engage in questionable activities. What? Look, the number of people that are paid YouTubers to say and do different things it blows my mind. I cannot fathom doing such a thing. But here we are. Individual number 2 claimed to be working against the Proudfoot family, but is in fact connected to them, working hand in glove. So you're just lying all the way around here. I guess portraying that they are on the side that says Chris and Katie had something to do with this, and they are actually connected to them. So you're really trying to get people off track. Now, this is devastating. If it were my child, I would be livid. I'm livid, and it's not my child. Both individuals are believed to have direct ties to the Proudfoot family and have acted and continue to hinder search efforts. But then we also have a fraudulent investigator identified. Additionally, At Night has identified an investigator falsely claiming to be from California, but who is in reality a Floridian with ties to shell corporations in California. This misrepresentation appears to be an intentional effort to mislead the public and investigative teams, and to divert attention away from legitimate investigative leads. I don't know how some of you sleep at night doing these things, trying to hinder a case when there is a missing child. What is wrong with you? I mean, seriously. Then we have the violation of NCIC protocols. This individual may have potentially violated National Crime Information Center, that's what NCIC stands for, protocols by allegedly accessing or possessing privileged materials not authorized for public release, as admitted by the individual. If confirmed, such violations could have severe legal repercussions, as it should, and further compromise the integrity of the investigation. I mean, it's one thing to be out here spreading gossip, telling lies, whatever, but now you're accessing data and you are trying to twist it, to obstruct it. Again, what is wrong with you? So now they are calling for public help. These developments emphasize the importance of transparency and vigilance as we continue to navigate the obstacles in this case. We ask the public to remain cautious of false information and individuals attempting to exploit this investigation for personal or nefarious reasons. I mean, this is just getting to be a three-ring circus with people out here, telling lies, working for the family or having some connection with the family, trying to obstruct justice. Like, y'all know, that's why I have stayed away from the Sebastian Rogers case. I am not going to get online and go live and have some Yahoo, even if it's a family member, pop up and just cause a ruckus, okay? At this point, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who's telling the truth. I am still very invested in this case, and I am certainly willing to go out and search if there were somewhere to search, if there were a viable lead. Absolutely. Will I try to find this child? 100%. But I am not entertaining any more gossip and fighting and all of this ridiculousness from both creators and chats. Look, I'm busy. I have a life and I don't have time for that kind of nonsense. Now, one thing that I did find interesting, and again, this came actually from several sources, but I saw it first on CJ's show. Nick Barris, and if you're not familiar with him, he is a newscaster out of Nashville, someone that when we were looking for Riley Strain, we, listened to a lot. He said when Sebastian first went missing, and this is also what the posters say, that Sebastian Rogers was last seen on February 26th. Now, what we had been told for months and months was that Katie Proudfoot was the last one to see him, as she and Sebastian were the only ones at home and he went to bed, right? So we're assuming that Sebastian was seen by Katie on the 25th, maybe around 11 o'clock. It was getting late. She told him to go to sleep, and then she thought he did. But the question is, why are they saying the 26th and a little bit later? So, where did this information come from? Somebody had to have seen him, or a camera, a ring, camera, something? Or was it an actual sighting by another human? I don't know. But this would have been information that we needed to know 10 months ago. All right. True, it was out there, but I don't know if we didn't catch it or what. But now I'm really thinking, if Katie was not the last person to see Sebastian, who was? All right. This case is getting very, very deep and interesting, and actually quite scary. I've been out to that area of Hendersonville multiple times. It is a very nice area. And let me tell you something. Based on where these houses, the type of houses and the neighborhood, you would never expect something like this to happen, like somebody to come in or whatever to get him. So it's not like he was living in a dangerous area. This is what makes this case so very confusing and also just unnerving. Okay, that's all I have for today. But if you're wondering why I don't cover Sebastian live, that is why. It is the circus, right? I do Delphi. That is the only live circus I need in my life. Okay, I hope you all are recovering from the holidays. I want to wish you a happy new year. I will see you live soon. Whatever you do, use the common sense that God gave you and stay silky, okay? Bye bye.